What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another r/EntitledParents video for you. Guy decides he needs handicap parking spot more than my mum. Catches me on a bad day. Hey, what's going on, party people? Been a lurker for a while now and I finally have enough karma to post. English is my only language and I'm on mobile, so there shouldn't be too many issues. Little bit of backstory first. A few years ago, in the middle of good old Canadian winter in January, my mum was heading to her car to go to work. Now, no one knows what exactly happened, but she probably slipped on some ice. But she fell hard enough to slightly crack her skull and she bled pretty bad. My stepdad saw her outside and called an ambulance in time though. She had no memory for weeks on end and her body wasn't working right for a long while after. Fingers and toes going limp/numb, or just not strong or working right. Basically, she was recovering for months. I'm also very protective of her and my siblings since we all ran from an abusive home. Future stories, wow. Alright, context ran over, on to the story. So this takes place a few weeks after my mum got out of the hospital. She was using a cane to walk as her arms and legs were still pretty weak at times, and so she had a handicap placard. I don't know what you call it where you're from, but that's what it's called in Canada. That's just pretty much a badge that says you are disabled. She needed to get her prescriptions from the store and I had nothing to do that day, so I volunteered to take her. She lived in a small town at the time with only one major pharmacy, so we of course went there. And as the title suggests, both handicap spots were taken, so I dropped my mum off as close to the door as possible and went to find a different spot. But as I went by the other cars in the handicap spots, I noticed one of them didn't have the placard. This definitely rubbed me the wrong way, of course, since my mum, who really needs the spot, had to walk further, so I did something extremely petty. I decided to park directly behind that car and block them in and wait for them to come out, not really thinking of how it all looked. A little extra context, since I know we all enjoy that. I'm a huge metalhead, so I kinda dressed the part even in early spring. Black jeans, high top shoes, 5-finger death punch shirt, metal militia hat, spiked earrings, big red black flannel jacket, and I have a bad case of resting lady face. So thinking back, yeah, it looks bad, seeing that your car is blocked into its spot with your kids inside. Continuing with the story, the guy comes out and sees me and immediately tears into me. This was a while ago, so the dialogue isn't 100% exact. Hey, what the heck do you think you're doing? I'm just here waiting for my mum to get her prescription. Well, you can't just park there and block me in. I need to leave, so move. I mean, if you can park wherever you want, then so can I, right? Considering you took the only other handicap spot and my mum needs it. So I think I'll be staying right where I am. At this point, he's in my face and there's some cussing back and forth. He tries to take my keys and I threaten to knock him out in front of his kids. I know, a bit of a butt move, but then again, I'm very annoyed and my adrenaline is firing. Then he decides he's calling the cops. It's a super small town, so there's not a lot going on, and an officer is there in 2 minutes. Alright, gentlemen, what's the issue? This kid is blocking my car for no reason. Arrest him or make him move. Yeah, I'm blocking him, but only because my mum needed this spot and he's parked here illegally. He starts to get the other guy's side of the story and looks at our vehicles when my mum finally comes out. Aaron, me, what's going on? Hello, Mum. How are you feeling? Been a while since I've seen you. How's your head doing? I heard you're in the hospital for a while. When the entitled dad hears this and sees my mum, he goes white. Turns out that was one of the officers that came and checked on things when my stepdad called for an ambulance. And he knew without a doubt she needed that spot. And of course, when she told him about the parking issue, I was told to move and given a warning, but I'm pretty sure he handed the other guy a ticket and gave him a serious talking to. Anyways, that's my first story for you guys. My mum's good now, well that is good to hear. Nothing more than just some pins and needles in her fingers and toes sometimes. And I never saw that entitled dad again, thankfully. You know what, I really like this story. Too many times we see entitled people get away with stuff, but in this instance the OP got their revenge. If you take a disabled spot and you're not disabled, then yeah, you deserve to get in trouble, I'm sorry. Also, I hope he did get a ticket in the end. How lazy do you have to be to park in a disabled spot if you're not disabled? Come on. Moving on to our second story, entitled mum tries to kick me, ends up in an ambulance. This happened a few days ago. I had gone on my usual shopping trip with help from the staff, as the manager is a friend of my mother. They were dinner ladies in my old school and got along really well, became friends. Now I always ask the manager that if anyone is free, I would really appreciate the help as I feel nervous being by myself due to my autism. Well, while I was shopping, an entitled mum kept trying to steal stuff from my trolley while I was comparing prices on products products so I can last longer with my budget. I managed to catch the entitled mum a few times and asked why she was taking stuff I was buying. She said this: "You can always get replacements, stop complaining." I start getting stressed and breaking down as the entitled mum starts ripping into me about my stutter. Here are a few of the things she said. "Stop talking, you're like a broken record. Are you idiotic? You need help to talk? You're pathetic." I start sobbing and the manager is called over the radio. The Karen is told to leave me alone and that if she kept bothering me, she would be banned for harassing a disabled girl. Karen calls Teresa, who is a shop assistant, the N-word and a snitch, and leaves. I managed to get myself together after Teresa and the manager helped me calm down. Teresa gets approval from the manager to run my trolley through to get the stuff on my shopping list. I always make a list before I get on the bus to the shop, while the manager kept me company at the customer service tills. Teresa came back after about 5 minutes and helped me run the items through the checkout, with the manager taking 10% off my total as a discount for not losing my temper at the entitled mum we encountered earlier. A taxi was called for me and I waited outside in the parking area next to where the old Blockbuster used to be. I still miss that place, don't we all? Teresa comes out to make sure I'm doing okay. My eyes were a bit puffy and my face a bit red. The entitled mum from earlier comes to the parking area, apparently waiting for her boyfriend, and spots me. "You!" she screeches in a pitch so bad my ears were ringing. "You little lady, you caused me so much effing trouble tonight. I'm gonna F you up, idiot." What she forgot was that I was sitting/leaning on the edge of those pole things on the edges of the parking areas. As soon as I moved when she went to swing a kick at me, a crunch was heard. She broke her freaking foot. I started laughing at how stupid she was for doing that, and Teresa scolded me, telling me that while it was a little bit funny, it wasn't the right time to laugh. Oh, come on Teresa, liven up a bit. The entitled mum is screaming for help and crying assault. An ambulance was called for her and she screamed that she would see me in court. I start losing it a bit due to stress, making my emotions go haywire, and I am pulled away further down the parking area while she is treated to first aid while waiting for the ambulance. The ambulance takes her away, with police being called as well. The manager had shown police the CCTV footage of the parking area, showing all I did was dodge her. The entitled mum tried kicking me. The police chuckled a bit and asked to talk to me. I got help to call my aunt, who we will call Mandy, and she got the report from the manager. Mandy became my appropriate adult, I think it is called. She helped me answer questions when I struggled to get my words out. Police were done in about 10 minutes. Mandy offered to take me home instead of paying for a taxi. I felt guilty about the taxi, but said yes. I hugged the manager and climbed in the back of Mandy's car after loading my bags into the boot/trunk. I love my auntie Mandy. Also, manager, if you are reading this, thank you for taking care of me. I'm sorry you had to tell my mum what happened. Still, I hope you're doing great. Love you, Roxy. Her nickname, not real name, by the way. This story really does make me laugh. So this entitled parent kicks something herself and then complains that it's somebody else's fault. I imagine she literally said, "Help, my own foot assaulted me." That is fantastic entitled parent logic right there. But I just love it, It's wonderful when horrible, hateful people get what's due them. And also to OP, don't feel bad about the things she said. Jerks that verbally assault disabled people only do that because they hate themselves. There is nothing wrong with you. Now, I'm delighted to say that once again, Dashlane have come in clutch and have decided to sponsor this video. If you don't know Dashlane by now, think of them as your fast and easy internet shortcut. The reviews pretty much speak for themselves, right? 50,000 5-star reviews and counting. Also, on the App Store, it's the editor's choice, and on Google Play, it's the best app, so you really can't go wrong. It's pretty simple, really. All you have to do is download it. Link is in the description and in the pinned comment, and it prevents hacks and protects your identity online. It keeps all your passwords and personal information in one convenient place, protects sensitive information with patented security architecture and real-time alerts, and securely autofills forms and logins with your stored passwords and personal info anywhere you go. To put it simply, you literally never have to remember a password again. Dashlane does it all for you. Just look at this review from a New York Times writer. Dashlane is life-changingly great and free. Get it? You can't say much more than that, really, can you? So yeah, go ahead, download it on your first device today for absolutely nothing. Just head to www.dashlane.com/Redditor. The link is also in the description and in the pinned comments. After that, if you want to use it on all your devices, which you definitely will, trust me, I do, then you can use the discount code Redditor for 10% off your entire higher order. But yeah, big shout out to Dashlane. They've been a massive support to me and the channel in the few months that I've been doing this. So yeah, let's repay the favor. Go and check them out, guys. Anyway, that is going to be the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the playlist on screen for more Entitled Parent stories. With that being said, I will see you guys all tomorrow with some more Reddit content.